You know, my initial reaction, I couldn't eat that day. I was shaking. I was upset. I was terrified. I have two daughters who are 14 and 12, who I know that this greatly affects. And I know that as safe as I am here in California with my choices, that there are, you know, hundreds of millions of women across the country that are not, and their lives will be forever changed.
And obviously you've been very vocal about it, and you were out there with a lot of the demonstrators over the weekend. Explain to us what happened when you guys were out there.
You know, we were out there. We were passionate about using our First Amendment right to protest and to speak our voice and to speak up for our rights. And, you know, we were being calm and, you know, as peaceful as possible. And, you know, things happen. But at the end of the day, you know, I just keep saying I don't want to make this about me, and I want to keep bringing it back to, you know, if people are bothered by what they saw, I hope that they reach out and they start doing some work in their communities for police violence. Here in LA, there's a great organization called Community Control Police that's run by an incredible woman who does work on the ground every day for families and victims of police brutality. So if that bothered you, let me tell you, I've seen a lot worse. And so if I can bring attention to that, then that's the whole point.
Well, obviously we did see that video, especially. What prompted that interaction with LAPD?
We were there protesting, and I was standing there on my bullhorn and had come around the sort of the back, and they were walking me through that police line there, and one of the officers grabbed the handle of my backpack and threw me from behind as we were walking by. And that was it, you know. And I picked myself back up and dusted myself off, and we marched for another 4 or 5 hours through the streets of downtown.
Now, I know that, I mean, the video was shocking. Were you all right after that?
Yeah.
Were you shaken up, or?
You know, having been out there for the last several years, and, you know, people who are really active in the protest community can tell you, that's really tame compared to what we see out there. I mean, I've seen people run over by cars. I've seen people, you know, beaten really severely by all different kinds of people. So it's, you know, being out there, you know what the risk is. But for me, I know that if I have a platform and I can raise the awareness about what's going on in the world, then I feel it's my obligation to do so.
What do you hope people take away from all this? Because this is all major news that's happening that affects millions of people. So what do you hope people take away from this?
What I hope people take away from this is action, is that there is no action too small, whether it's, you know, calling your representatives, whether it's getting out in the streets if you can afford to do that to stay, you know, united in mass protest. There's so many ways that you can take action. You can find these organizations in your city. You can help those families affected by police violence. You can help our LGBTQ family who's out there. You know, there's so many ways to take action and help others that even if things don't directly affect us, I feel that with privilege, it is our obligation to then come out and use anything that we can to try and raise awareness.
And I'm sorry, my last question, because I mean, the video again was shot. Were there any words before, you know, the whole incident with LAPD? Were there any words that were exchanged?
Not at that moment. I know that they had been, you know, I mean, I posted some other videos of things that were going on, of younger women being hit with batons and things like that. But there wasn't, you know, we were there, you know, protesting, but there wasn't really a lot of exchange between between the police line and us.
And again, you're all okay after everything?
I'm fine, and you know, I would be out there again today if I wasn't, you know, busy working. But here I am, and hopefully raising awareness, and again trying to just let everybody know this is not about me. This is about taking action. This is about women's rights, LGBTQ rights. This is about Black Lives Matter. It's about so many important things that are going on in our country right now, and I just hope people that they see this. If they're bothered, I hope that anger and that frustration urges you into action.